Everyone. Thanks for coming. I really want to say welcome, and I'm really excited this morning to be briefing you on the expansion product or project at Liberty Station here. We know as a brand, we have to continue to grow and expand our reach beyond the city limits. So I found a great location for us, and I'm really excited to tell you about it. So let's go ahead and get started. This is our agenda for this morning. First, we're going to talk about a little bit of history of the Liberty Station area. We're going to talk about the importance of its location, and we're going to discuss the industry and how the industry can support us with this expansion. And then I'll brief you a little bit on our competitors, and then economic impact, and I'll end it with some questions from the audience here. So let's go ahead and talk about the history. Liberty Station, wow, it's rich in history in terms of military history. It was formerly known as the Naval Training Center here in San Diego. It was established way back in 1923. It was just basically known for military housing for Navy recruits as they were going through the training here. Really peaked during World War II as it tripled in size and provided valuable military resources to help defend our nation. Again, this is so important because this area is so rich in history and tradition, and it's a great location for us. And I'll talk a little more about that here a little bit later. So let's move next to the location piece. This is Liberty Station as it sits today. A lot of new areas. It's the hottest new tourist destination and destination for locals here in Southern California or San Diego as a whole. Just since the renovations, 27 buildings here at Liberty Station was recently renovated as the Defense Department turned it back over to the city of San Diego back in 1997. And what they did was they formed this Naval Training Center Foundation, and it pledged to raise a lot of money to renovate all the buildings and turn it into one of the key and most hottest tourist attractions here in San Diego. So here, I'll show you a little bit on the map here. This is where our Stone Brewing Company is. This is the mess hall, or formerly known as the mess hall. This is now called the Liberty Station Marketplace. This is where a lot of restaurants are. This is what we're posing here. This is the facility we want, or the venue we want. We're going to convert this garden space here into a beer garden, and obviously with a nice restaurant. There's plenty of room for everyone. There's plenty of parking here, as you can see how the parking has grown. They really did a fantastic job with this renovation of this particular project. So location. Again, these are highlights I've already talked about, but I'll touch a little bit more on in depth. So we already know it's really been remodeled recently. It's fantastic. It's filled with museums and art galleries and performance arts. It attracts a lot of potential customers for us. People can take on a show, or customers could take on a show or a movie, and then come to our locations for fine dining, and or to have a beer, or to sit with their buddies and enjoy the ambiance and their area. The vibe and the energy is fantastic at Liberty Station. Even in the area, we talk about location. It just has a lot of great hotels in the area. 6 hotels in the area. Event spaces, 11 event spaces. And I'm talking about hotels and event spaces like, say, the Marriott. We have the Hilton's hotel chain in there, and the Embassy Suites, and of course the Barracks Hotels. But the key thing about this location is it's been highly awarded by local newspapers and local media outlets. Like, say, for example, it was called the next hottest neighborhood by San Diego Magazine. And then the Healthiest Place Award. It won the actual Healthiest Place Award here in San Diego. Great time, great area. The Orchard Award. It goes on and on and on and on. And then to cap that awards and accolades off, it was designated as the best fine arts and events area in San Diego here recently. So really good good things, a lot of good accolades happening in the area. Let's move on. So, can the industry support our growth? The answer is yes. We know San Diego is the IPA brewing capital in the United States. I mean, we basically built IPAs and we've cornerstoned it in terms of owned a lot of the market share here. So the industry here in San Diego, it's the beer of choice, IPAs. That's what our customers prefer here in Southern California, and definitely there's potential exponentially growth here in the region for this expansion here at Liberty Station. And the greatest thing about Liberty Station is it has such a high concentration of tourists, of locals. It is really the hottest area here in San Diego right now because the renovations are just fabulous and marvelous, and I can't wait for you to come down and take a site survey. But the craft beers by sales, obviously, as you can see here depicted on the chart, we're leading in the industry with about 20% in sales. But not only are we leading the industry, let's look at later on, I'll show you how we're providing the economy and the number of jobs we're providing. So before I do, let's talk about our competition here. So in our area, our competition is the Fireside by the Patio, and obviously the Stone Brewing Company is have been well nested at Liberty Station for quite some time, for a few years now. But you know, there's plenty of room for all of us. There's growth. We hope to come in under their umbrella. We're reasonably priced. They are a more higher priced beer brewing company, as well as the Fireside by the Patio. But we're hoping we can come in underneath their umbrella and really disrupt that market and take more of the market share. So I mentioned earlier about the what we're doing in terms of the economy and how we're supporting the economy. And this is important because as we secure this prime piece of real estate, we have to prove that we're actually going to support the economy here. So you can see here the beer brewing companies have provided over 2,000 jobs here in Southern California. I mean, and I'm just talking in San Diego as a city, in the actual county of San Diego. So we have been providing a lot of jobs here. And obviously, as you can see, that average wage here is about $42,000 a year. And 130 brewing companies are registered in the county of San Diego. And as you can see over here, this is about 13% is due to tourism in terms of who's spending the most money here. And then 67% obviously is locals. And that's who we're hiring more for our beer and working at our resources. So the city knows they're welcoming us with open arms. They know we're going to provide jobs and resources for the community. And that's really important as we continue to give back to the community that we love. Let's end it like this. Let's, you know, our brand fits at Liberty Station. It does. It's our community. It's our backyard. We want people to come to our locations to celebrate life events. We want them to meet each other. We want them to network here at our location. So the real estate is prime for us. Our brand fits very, very nicely into this new marketplace in this new area. And there's plenty of space and plenty of room for everyone. But I know we're definitely going to capture in or cash in on this market because, again, we're coming in under that umbrella with our menu pricing, and it's going to disrupt the actual those who have been there established for a little while. I'm really excited. I hope you're excited, and I'm excited to answer your questions on anything that I've discussed here. I look forward to doing a site survey with y'all, and I want to say thank you for being here. And now I'll turn it over for questions. And what questions do you have for me?